Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. And this is the nicest day we have had in a while. It's been real cold and real overcast, so I am super pumped to have some sunshine. I just got a pair of kicks delivered. It's a pair of Jordans. I've actually never had the low version of this silhouette. Today I want to look at the Chinese New Year Jordan 6 lows. Most of the time when I see Jordan 6 lows, it's just a hard pass for me. It's not even one that I consider. These ones I was going back and forth on, and it was kind of like a spur of the moment thing, and I just figured, what the heck, I'll try to grab a pair. Usually when I go after a pair like that, I end up hitting, and I think these are really interesting. I know a lot of people weren't too hyped up about them, myself included, but I think they're really neat looking. They're very unique, and I can't wait to get into them. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's look at these Chinese New Year Jordan 6 lows. Alright, so at first glance, this kind of looks just like a women's GR box or like a women's mid box. And that's because it's just all white. It's got the gold Jumpman, but of course on this one, the Jumpman is way bigger. And you can also see there's like a lot of print on here. There's a tiger up in the corner. There's actually a kid playing basketball, which I think is a neat touch. I think there's a cherry blossom tree, but a lot of just Chinese references and that sort of thing. And the art is done in like a traditional Chinese style, if you will. It looks really, really neat. I don't know if you can see that detail, but we'll also see some of that on the shoe, like on the sock liner as well. And I think that's a pretty cool touch. Here on the side, we've also got the Jumpman in a circle, and then it says Jordan in like a boxy type style. I don't know how else to explain it, but I thought that was unique. And the top of the box is white, but the bottom, I don't know if you can tell or not, it's got like a real faint, like mint green kind of color to it. It's a really, really neat color. And we'll also see more of that on the shoe as well. I don't know if it's easy to pick up, but take my word for it if you can't tell a difference. Top is white, bottom's green. And the tag reads Air Jordan 6 Retro Low GC. What the heck is GC? I don't know what that stands for. Retro Low GC. I'll have to look that up. But the colors are Spruce Aura Metallic Gold. And this is a size 10.5. The retail price on these was $200. And just in case it was hard to see the print on the box, you can also see it here on the paper. But it may be just as hard to see there. But alright, to the shoes. And I've got to tell you, I really, really like the way these things came out. And also, whenever I ordered them, I thought that they had more of like an antique white type finish. Like, I thought that it was just like an off-white. But these shoes, I guess that's that aura. What do they call it? I'm guessing that real faint green color is that spruce aura color. But they have a very, very, very pale mint green color to them. And I think along with the gold and the white on the shoe, I just think it goes together really well. Typically, like I mentioned in the intro, I am not a Jordan 6 low guy. I'm not a Jordan 5 low guy. A lot of the Jordan retros, I just don't care for in the low version. But I think this is my favorite pair of Jordan 6 lows I've ever seen. And it is the first pair of Jordan 6 lows that I've ever had in the collection. And another thing that I think is really unique is, much like the taupe Haze 4s or the Alma Jordan 1s, it's got like a crackling effect on the base of the shoe. Hopefully you can see that on the toe box, but this isn't a suede, this is like a really smooth leather. But it looks really neat. It looks like eggshell or something like that. If you've ever had like kitchen cabinets or a piece of furniture that has like an antique kind of eggshell finish on it, that's what it looks like. But you see that on the whole base of the shoe. And I don't know if when that comes off, if it reveals something underneath. I know that the Chinese New Year 5s from last year did that. A lot of times they do have tearaway material on these Chinese New Year's pairs, and it reveals some sort of pattern underneath. But these look really, really good like this. So I personally wouldn't modify these, but I am interested in seeing if there is something underneath of there. Please note, crack seen on the upper is material characteristic which might peel off after wearing. So maybe there will be something underneath of there, but it looks really good, and it looks like they're made to just stay like this. So I don't think there's a right or wrong. I would like to know if there is in fact something underneath of there. We'll go ahead and start with this outsole, and of course it's the standard Jordan 6 tread pattern. You get a lot of that jade aura color for the majority of it, but you've also got some icy blue translucent hits, and we've got that gold Jumpman. And I really think these colors just go together well, and they look pretty classy. I really like it. And I've always liked this outsole. I just think it's a neat tread pattern. But then as you come up to the midsole, you can see more of that icy blue translucent material, and that surrounds the visible air unit, which is always a nice feature on these retro Jordans. Then we've got some painted gold areas surrounding that, and also just some more of that jade aura, or whatever they call it. I keep forgetting the name of that light green, but or spruce aura, but it looks really nice. It just goes together well, and all in all, the shoe looks really, really neat. Like, it's done really well. It's not sloppy at all. On the back, you've got this embroidered Jumpman in a circle in that gold color, and I like how the gold on this is all like a satin finish. It's not like real shiny, and it's not too loud. It really just, it looks good. It goes well. But like I already mentioned, for the base of the shoe, you get that crackled effect, and it's just a smooth leather. But then all these overlays are really nice thick cuts of leather. It's a nice material, not super soft, but it's nice and thick, and it has a good feel to it. On the base, you can see all these perforations going up both sides. And on these overlays, it's just a smooth leather. Like, you don't get that crackling effect on these overlays going up the shoe. But the tongue is your standard 6 tongue. I don't think, it doesn't have the holes cut out of it, but it's more of that light green color, and it's got that rubber material there on the top. We've got that classic lace lock, and it's like translucent, but it has a gold Jumpman on there. And then there's also a gold Jumpman on this neoprene type material. And then on the sock liner, it's got more of that cool print that we saw on the lid of the box and also on the paper. And the insole looks like it's more of that light green color with a gold Jumpman on there. But let me know what you all think of these.